This video will be going over how to convert fractions into decimals. Now, just to go over some of the basics, if we have a fraction like this is a quarter, the top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. Now, the method for getting a fraction into a decimal is to divide the numerator by the denominator. So numerator is the top number, denominator is the bottom number. And one way to remember it is that it's D for down being the bottom number. There might be other ways to kind of remember that, but that's how I remember it. So to go through the first example, we have a half. As I said, the method is to divide the numerator by the So our numerator is 1 and our denominator is 2. So our sum is going to be 1 divided by 2. You can also think of it as we need to half 1. Now 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So 1/2 as a decimal is 0.5. If we then go through the same method for 3/4, we divide the numerator, the top number, which is 3, divided by the denominator, which is the bottom number, which is 4. 3 divided by 4, 0.75. Now the half and the 3/4 are two number facts that you might need to memorise in order to make it easy for you to take the maths exam. Obviously you can use this method to find out what it is as a decimal, but sometimes these kinds of questions will come up on the non-calculator paper, and then it becomes a bit more difficult to actually get that answer. So memorising those two and other number facts, and they are listed on the Google Classroom, will help you in the non-calculator paper. Now, some of the questions will be on the calculator paper and you will be able to use a calculator, and it's all still the same method, obviously just using a calculator. So for example, 1/5 equals what decimal? So we take the numerator, divide it by the denominator, and when you put that into a calculator, your answer is 0.2. Another one that you might need to use your calculator for example, is 7/8. So we take our numerator, which is our top number, divide it by the denominator, and when you put that into the calculator, it comes out with 0.875. Sometimes it isn't so simple to get an answer like that on the calculator. For example, if you put 1/3 into your calculator, so again you take the numerator and you divide it by the denominator, then your calculator will come up with 0.333, and it's recurring, so it will be that the 3 continues on. So we would call it 0.3 recurring. This can be shown as 0.3 with a dot above it, or you can put 0.333, and that shows that it's recurring. Sometimes we can use equivalent fractions to help us. So, for example, we have just figured out that 1/2 equals 0.5 as a decimal, which means that all of the other fractions that are equal to a half or equivalent to a half are also 0.5. So 2/4, 3/6. There are tons, to be fair. I can't think of any more top of my head. These will all have the decimal value of 0.5 as well.